El siguiente espacio es un programa pagado y las opiniones emitidas en el mismo no representan la opinión de CBBA Radio ni de sus patrocinadores.
Hello and welcome to Your Health Naturally. I'm your host, Lilibeth Andre, naturopath and pranic healer with Healthy Balance here in Houston, Texas. This program is to demystify alternative health practices, and I hope that you enjoy it. If you missed any episode, you can find it on our YouTube channel. Today I'm going to present a new holistic anti-aging tip. And this tip is play. Yes, playing. Playing is something we know from a very young age, but what happens? Play is something that we seem to forget. One day there comes a time when we decide we become adults and entertainment and spontaneity ends. We become more rigid and the way in which we manage our emotions and we discipline ourselves go in general against our own human nature. And what happens? We begin to lose our smile, and that spark in our eye begins to fade. And that doesn't just occur on the outside, but we begin to lose that happiness for living from the inside at the emotional and spiritual level. We begin to enter into our adult box. We begin to become more tense and suffer from anxiety and distrust. And all this begins to be reflected in our face. And in the long run, we end up convincing ourselves that we are adults and bored beings to such a degree that we forget how to play. Play becomes harder to find. We become inhibited, and being spontaneous is no longer natural in us. We feel we need to drink or something more to be whom we always were when we were children. But we should remember that play is something very beneficial for us. It goes beyond the simple childish play. And how can we take advantage of this pleasure of play once again? How can we lighten our experience in life with the practice of incorporating play within our daily life? Well, very simply, we should stop being adults. Adults spend their life worrying about the future and reviewing the past. On the contrary, children celebrate the moment, the now. They give themselves the liberty to be curious and to explore life in that instant. You can search for happiness and pleasure within everything you do, and why not? Who said life has to be solemn and boring? These activities help us to feel the effects of childhood in our body again. That energy returns, that impulse to explore and enjoy, that amazement for things and for people. We can discover it again. Nothing exists that can overwhelm or suppress us because it quickly becomes something of the past and we return to the present. And tomorrow, it doesn't exist yet, so we don't need to worry about it. Can you imagine how much more would be resolved without giving existence to the past or the future? How about worries? They would stop existing because the past is gone and it won't return. And the uncertainties of tomorrow perhaps will never materialize. How much more would we enjoy the present, and how much more would we have a taste for life if we could obtain and be totally focused in the very moment? We would have a superior focus, don't you think? Because we would be 100% present. And what about the mental benefit of play? This attitude reduces stress because we are not worrying about what would rather be happening. Instead of worrying about what could be happening, we're present seeing what is happening. We're looking at the here and now. And this refound happiness provides us with the euphoria that stimulates the happiness chemicals in our body once again. So it has a big benefit in that as well. Our self-esteem grows and we become more sure of ourselves. I'm sure you've seen that when you're playing sports or something. Afterwards, you don't feel suppressed. On the contrary, you feel more active, you feel more secure within your own body and your own being and your emotions. That's the benefit of play. If we give ourselves permission to go play in the garden or in the country, we can enjoy nature and its benefits to our health as well. And by obtaining greater oxygenation as a result of play in nature, we improve our memory and mental ability. Playing in nature helps us to reduce our anxiety and also helps us better control our addictions or bad health habits. The result is that our level of relaxation increases and we can better focus on what we're doing, and the results are an enhanced ability to do more. And who doesn't want to do more? But let's do more and be happy. Play helps us reach better creativity, and by becoming more creative and fun, we can inspire others. We help others consider that adopting play in their everyday living is not such a bad idea, because who doesn't want to have more fun every day? And nothing says we cannot do that. Giving ourselves the liberty to play at any moment helps us lighten our day and that of others. And that brings us to a smile on our face. And if play helps us improve our physical health, what can it do with our emotional health? Well, here are some tips. Emotionally, play can bring us great benefits as we will be searching for humor in all things instead of errors and faults. I'm sure many times you get trapped, we all get trapped into thinking things are a certain way, and we begin to look at the gray side and the negative side instead of focusing on the positive and the lighter side, which is more beneficial to us and reduces the level of stress. So if we begin to focus on things in a lighter way, perhaps as a game, we are reducing the level of negativity in our environment. But how can we use play in the emotional field? Here are some ideas that you can begin with. If you laugh more often, you will realize that it is easier to smile than to frown every day. You know, remember the old turn that frown upside down and have that smile on your face. If you stop analyzing things incessantly, you will have more fun because you will liberate your regimentation and you will be more spontaneous when you don't have any reason to think too much. And here's another tip. Why not dress up to go out or dress down more? Depending on what you normally do, change it up. Enjoy your fancy clothes, bring them out of the closet, and have a good time. Wear them and, go to a place where they would be fitting or maybe not. Enjoy your clothes. That's what they're for. And how about going out and splashing in the rain? There's nothing better than enjoying a summer rain to realize that nothing happens if you get totally soaked. Let loose and enjoy the moment. And this reminds me of how delightful it is to be on vacation when it rains, and that is why summer rain always reminds me of vacation days. Trip to Galveston once, took a day off at work, and with some friends went over, and we had planned all kinds of fun things to do on that day, and lo and behold, it started raining. Well, we could have put a downer on it and said, oh, this spoils the whole day. But no, we continued to do what we planned to do. We were at the beach, and it was summer, and the rain was nice and warm and refreshing, and we had fun running from store to store, restaurant to restaurant, beach and hotel. Everything was just perfect. We had a really good time, and now we have that beautiful memory to go back to because we enjoyed the moment even though it was raining. And here's another tip for you. Embrace your loved ones when you want to express your affection. Demonstrate your affection and love. Don't hold it back. And tell them that you love them when you want to. Don't save it for a special moment. When it comes, you can express your love and affection again. Do you remember how sad it was to have to go to bed early? Forget the clock and sleep when you feel like it. Give yourself that freedom when you don't have to go to sleep. Why not take advantage of it? And here's another tip. Whistle, sing, or dance at the moment you want to express yourself. And why not? We worry about someone watching us or someone going to criticize what we're doing or thinking it's silly or whatever. Why not enjoy yourself? Why not do what you feel like doing at that very moment? If you want to whistle, if you want to sing, or if you want to dance, go ahead and do it. It's part of your play, and you're going to have fun in that very moment. I remember in one of my first jobs, I was walking down the hall, and unconsciously I started whistling a tune and didn't realize that the human resources director was walking behind me. He caught up to me, complimented me on my whistling and the song, and he continued to walk on singing himself. So I think enjoying the moment is what really matters. We're going to take a break, and we'll be right back.
Somos Acceso Médico traído a usted por MeMD y estamos simplificando la manera en que usted accede al cuidado de su salud. En este mundo tan ocupado, hay cosas más frustrantes que estar enfermo. Igual de frustrante es la molestia de tratar de hacer una cita para visitar la oficina de su médico. Le tenemos una mejor y más rápida solución. Nosotros le traemos el doctor a usted. Usted podrá consultar con un proveedor de salud durante el día o la noche por medio de una consulta en video, desde la comodidad de su casa u oficina. Dé la bienvenida a Acceso Médico creado por MeMD. Comprensiva asistencia médica accesible las 24 horas los 365 días del año, a cualquier hora, en cualquier lugar.
¿Has sufrido un accidente de auto? ¿Accidente de tráiler? ¿Te has lastimado en el trabajo? ¿Te explotó una llanta en Estados Unidos o México? Llámanos ya al 713-228-3030. El abogado en quien puedes confiar es Cristóbal Galindo, el abogado de la raza.
¿Te gustaría tener tu propio programa de radio y televisión? CBBA Radio te crea tu propio show. Creamos tu contenido, paquete gráfico, copia de tu programa, repeticiones, promoción en canales de televisión y revista Convania. Llamadas en cabina desde cualquier parte del mundo, vía WhatsApp y Skype. En vivo por cbbaradio.com, Facebook y YouTube. Y lo mejor de todo, no necesitas tener experiencia. Todo esto a un precio de aniversario de $80 por una hora de programa. Llámanos ya al 281-745-4309 o escríbenos a info@cbbaproduccion.com. Reserva tu espacio ya.
And welcome back. We're talking about play and how it benefits our health and our rejuvenation. So we were looking at the ways that it enhances our physical health and our emotional health, and presenting some questions to you that you might consider and incorporate different ways of carrying on your daily activities with a little more play in it. Do you remember the days of bubble baths? Well, why not celebrate them once again? And your rubber ducky can keep you company too while you're at it. Many times being an adult makes us suppress our opinion, many times for no reason other than to emulate other people. Why not be honest and express your opinion? Do you remember the days of superheroes? And what about the character that you liked so much? Why not enjoy the pleasure of being really fantastic? Did you ever camp out in the yard or in the living room? Or did you create a tent in your room with your bed sheets? Well, why not enjoy it once again? And if you never did, well, now's a good time to bring out the sheets and start incorporating what you find and create your own camping ground. Do you get sad watching a movie? Well, why not cry? Crying is a way to express our empathy for sorrowful circumstances. It reinforces our sensibility by allowing us to express and keep ourselves more complete. Play and don't be afraid to sweat or get dirty. It is a part of the game and it releases you to enjoy it more. And nowadays, almost everything is washable anyway. Have you ever felt your legs move when someone is dancing? Well, I know I do. Participate and get up and dance too. Many times you can find new friends when you join a group. The activity of enjoying the moment of play mutually joins you with laughter and good humor, and pretty soon, before you know it, you're among a new group of friends. Do you remember when you used to make faces or noises with your friends and these made you burst in laughter? Why not allow yourself to be funny? Do it again. One of the manners we learned when we were kids was to share, right? Many times we allowed others to go first. Well, why not take the initiative and this time allow yourself to go first? And remember the pleasure you got when you reached success on a special project? Did you give yourself the freedom to enjoy your success and savor it? Do that little dance of success? Share your pleasure with others and celebrate the moment. Enjoy yourself. That's why we're here. You suddenly get happy and you feel like hopping or jumping, right? Has it ever happened to you? Has to me. Well, do it. Jump and hop where you are when you feel like it. Why not? And spoil your appetite and eat dessert first. That's something else I've tried. Nothing happens. Ask the meaning of things. Don't remain curious because of courtesy. Be bold and ask the question because perhaps other people around you are thinking the same thing, but they don't have the whatever to come out and ask. So be brave. You think of the question, ask it. And others might join and support you along the way. Remember the use of every piece of silverware? 1 fork, 2 forks, 3 forks, spoons and knives and everything. Well, how about eating with your hands? Play with your food. It's okay. That's why many people like to play in the kitchen, because they can do that. It was our first laboratory when we began to play with food. Make food with smiley faces too. Not just for the kids, but you can enjoy yourself as well. You can also make little animals with your food. That's allowed. And why not, right? When was the last time you went to play with your friends? Probably a long time. Go and ask them if they can come out to play and see what a smile on their faces that's going to make. Bring them out, go play with them. And when did you throw a tantrum last? Or make an ugly face or pout because you didn't like something? You can cross your arms and stomp. Why not? It's not going to break anything. You can express your emotions. When was the last time you took out your skates, the bicycle, or your skateboard to go out to the park? And since when did you last roll on the grass? Now is the time. Take advantage of it and have a good time. We're going to break for commercial and we'll be right back.
¿Accidente de auto? ¿Accidente de tráiler? ¿Te has lastimado en el trabajo? ¿Te explotó una llanta en Estados Unidos o México? Llámanos ya al 713-228-3030. El abogado en quien puedes confiar es Cristóbal Galindo, el abogado de la raza.
No dejes que tu evento solo sea local y quede en el olvido. CBBA Production te transmite a todo el mundo tu conferencia, certamen de belleza, quinceañeras o cualquier tipo de evento que tengas totalmente en vivo a través de Facebook, YouTube y cbbaradio.com. Te garantizamos los precios más accesibles de todo Houston. Para mayor información, llámanos al 281-745-4309 o escríbenos a info@cbbaproduction.com.
Hi and welcome back. We're talking about the effect of play in our health and our rejuvenation process. We're talking about different tips that you can incorporate in your life, asking some questions of things that you might consider to lighten up your life and incorporate play into your everyday living. Do you have the habit of being in charge and facilitating life for everyone? Well, sit back and enjoy the experience of letting someone else do the leading. Take a break. It's okay. And have you tried something new? Have you taken a class or done some rock climbing or windsurfing perhaps? Take advantage and take a class. Learn something new. Find a new experience that you can do just for fun, not necessarily for learning. And when was the last time you were among kids? Try an experience. Volunteer at the school or at the church and see what it feels like to be among kids again. With all these activities, I'm sure you're going to be able to remember what it is to be a kid and incorporate play into your everyday activities. But what about the spiritual benefit of play? The method to reach the benefit appears to be the same. If we remember from the book of Matthew, chapter 18, verse 3, here I'll read you the Amplified Bible version. I assure you, and I solemnly tell you, unless you repent, in other words, that you change your interior or your old way of thinking, that you live changed lives, and you become like the children, trusting, humble, and forgiving, you will never enter the kingdom of heaven. So could it be that the emotions of a child are a higher vibration, and that higher vibration comes closer to the frequencies of heaven? I dare to say that I believe that's the case. If living within the emotions that keep us dense, and as adults we are removing ourselves from having a higher spiritual experience, why not change our way of being? I invite you to change your interior and to think in a different way and live a changed life. And with that, we conclude our program for today. I invite you to join us for another holistic tip or more guests next week. And remember that our past episodes are available on our YouTube channel. Thanks for joining us and see you soon.
El programa anterior fue un programa pagado y las opiniones emitidas en el mismo no representan la opinión de CBBA Radio ni de sus patrocinadores.